Hello, my name is Ngozi Ozemela, and I am a senior analyst at the Institute of Workforce Development. Today we're going to be talking about optimizing revenue generation in states. How does a state go from generating 6.6 billion naira in revenue internally to generating 17.1 billion naira, all in the space of 3 short years? Magic? Maybe. Cooking the books? Some people would say that. A well-developed strategy for optimizing revenue generation in the state? I would say almost certainly. You see, up until recently, Nigeria has long relied on oil as the sole source of revenue generation and the sole source of income in the country. And it's been fine, generating as much as $59 billion a time. And that was in 2011, solely from the sale of oil. However, with the advent of solar power, wind farms, electricity, and other forms of sustainable energy, oil is fast losing its relevance in today's economy, and it's not sustainable anymore. I mean, the price of oil has dropped from about $85 a barrel to $55 a barrel. Now, this drastic reduction has resulted in a loss of revenue to the nation. And this then results in, government projects being not completed or taking longer than expected to complete, and state and federal government actually owing workers' salaries. It certainly doesn't help that corruption rages largely unchecked in the nation. You see, now, for Nigeria as a nation and any oil-producing nation to survive, it's become crucial that its means of generating revenue is optimized if the economy is to survive. Under the new Buhari administration in Nigeria, there's been increasingly the drive to reduce the cost of governance in the nation. And that's fantastic. But that cannot be the only means of optimizing revenue generation in the nation and in states. Today, I will talk about 2 key methods that states can adopt to optimize the revenues that they generate. First of all, we'll look at state revenue development. The best way for states to begin is to expand their current IGR base. And this is a 4-pronged approach. Number 1, upgrading the state tax and IGR management system. Number 2, creating a robust legal framework for revenue generation. Then strengthening the institutional processes and frameworks for revenue generation, for revenue collection, and accounting. And finally, identifying and eliminating revenue risks such as undue tax breaks, illegal tax holidays. You see, a highly impermeable state internal revenue board is the first step to optimizing and increasing, having an increased and sustained revenue generation in the state. A clear success example of this is the River State Internal Revenue Board. Now, this board was successfully able to increase the revenue it generated from about 4.5 billion naira roughly per month to 8 billion naira, or just over 8 billion naira per month in the space of 3 short years by employing this method. Now, the second thing is the state investment climate development. Once the state IGR has been expanded, investment opportunities will provide another viable means of generating income in the state. Now, this can be done by, first of all, defining and packaging state investment opportunities. So, for example, Enugu is known for coal. They can put together an investment portfolio for organizations, energy organizations, so that they can come and invest in the coal as a source of energy. Benue is known as the food basket of the nation. It can put together a portfolio for either, grocery stores internationally or for suppliers of these grocery stores to source their supplies from that state. Ogun State can do that with its Olumo Rock, and so on and so forth. The list is endless. Secondly, there will be a need to then improve the legal and institutional processes that increase the ease of doing business in the state in order to attract increased investment interest. Thirdly, there's a need to promote, network, and align the global and local investing community to the state FDI and LDI projects. Now, you see, the second step, when the ease of doing business is ranked highly, when investors believe that it's going to be easy for them to do business, they're more inclined to want to listen to whatever proposal comes their way. They're more inclined to be ready to put their money into that. And then when proposals are packaged such that it's in line with the investors you're trying to attract. For example, if Enugu State knows of an investor that's already looking at, mining coal as a source of energy, and they put together a portfolio, put together, a project targeting this organization specifically, that's more likely to gain their interest. Finally, by facilitating, incentivizing, onboarding, providing support generally to these investment partners that you are trying to attract. It's one thing to put together this wonderful portfolio of opportunities you have in the state. It's another thing to actually get their interest, to come down and look at what's on ground. It's a completely different ball game, actually providing the support they need from suppliers, from facilities, from land resources. When all this is in place, you are more likely to attract investors to the state. And when you can attract these investors and they are willing to put their money, the state revenue generated will increase exponentially. When a state is able to implement these two steps successfully, its revenue generation can be doubled or even tripled. Thank you.